My favorite post out of both your Instagram accounts is on Alex's account, and it's a post where I think it's on your account, and it's a post where you just finished a workout, and Meredith walks up to you and says, "How much did I beat you by?" And I thought that was ballsy as shit that you posted that, because in that half a second before the clip ends, your face says a lot. That is intense what your face reveals. What's the story behind that, Meredith? Was that planned in advance? Like, what were you thinking? Were you like, oh, I need some content, I'll fuck with Alex and get a good poster?
I think that was, we were doing the Muscle Up Biathlon from the whatever year they did that at the games. And we did it inside a gym. We did it on the like air runners. And I had a game plan. It's just the way that we are about it. Like as athletes, I'm kind of more of a gymnastic. I'm good at muscle ups. I like running. Like that's kind of a wheelhouse workout. And then Alex is not as good as at muscle ups, but she's gotten quite a bit better. And so I was filming it for our coach to watch. And I finished it, and she finished like maybe less, like a little bit less than a minute behind me, which was a pretty good time. And I thought I was being funny and cute and went over there and made a joke, and she did not find that to be very funny, but it ended up at the end of the day being some really, really good content people can laugh at.
Great content. Alex took one for the team.
Yeah.
I see you guys. Go ahead, Brian.
No, I was going to say, I don't think people realize sometimes when they see CrossFit athletes, especially the girls, because a lot of them are very good looking. And if you don't necessarily see them with their shirts off, you wouldn't know. But when they get on the competition floor, like you guys are such fierce competitors that it's like you can be this pretty beautiful woman in your life, but when you go on that floor, it doesn't matter. You guys are cutthroat. You have to be that good at something that as you guys were. But I noticed that this year, if I'm not mistaken, one of you chose to do the RX version of the Open, and one of you chose to do the equipment free. Was this to avoid these types of competitive conflicts?
It definitely is. It's a convenient thing to do. I did equipment free. I'm not really in shape for a competition, and I'm dealing with like some hip stuff. Plus, like we're super busy with the business, and like I'm just not quite as good at managing my time or my training. So I decided to kind of chill out this year. It doesn't look like in-person events are happening in Canada anyways, and I don't thrive in online format. So I was like, I'll be supportive and have some fun and see what things look like next year. But yeah, it's certainly been a little easier for us than in previous years.
Well, but those equipment free workouts were not easy, though.
No, not at all. And they weren't supposed to be. But you get into it and you kind of like, you write it off. Like, it's not RX, it's equipment free. And then you get 5 minutes into it and you're like fucked up. And you're like, but how?
She took a break on the...
I had to break the lateral jumps.
Yeah.
How did you do, Alex? How did you do, Alex?
Well enough. I think I was like 200th.
When you say well enough, you mean to go to the quarterfinals?
Yeah, like I just did it like on Sunday at the end of my training block and just tried to get a decent score so that I could move on to the next stage, but also train as normal.
Are you pursuing to go to the games?
I don't know. The thing about the CrossFit is I've never done CrossFit to get to the games. I think one year I had the goal of getting to the games. That was the year I took off. But it's always like just train as hard as I can. I really, really, really love working out and training. And that keeps me in good enough shape, usually to advance to the next level. And most years get very close to the games. So this year, there's a lot of unknown just with COVID. And like I don't tend to do particularly well in online competitions. So I guess the goal isn't necessarily to get to the games, but first to get to semifinals, and then just do my best. Like if I go or compete, if I'm able to compete in one of those events, I'll just try to get top 5. But training, it's kind of falling a little bit lower on the list of priorities, especially with Meredith not as competitive.
Meredith, is she telling the truth or is she mitigating her stress level? Does she tell herself that story to mitigate
her stress levels?
Okay, that's what I thought too.
That's like Alex she's an alien and she'll always be an alien. And like, she's just one of those people. I mean, in 2018, when she came 7th at regionals, which is a phenomenal finish in that West region because it's so competitive, like that was when she won't brag about herself, so I'll brag about her. But that was when she was working, like that was first year at a law firm, which is an incredibly demanding schedule, especially when you're working for like a big time corporate firm like she was. So the fact that, I mean, that's just kind of a testament to what she's able to do if she decides to do it. So it's more like, you know, deciding that you want to do it. It is a little bit harder to invest in this year, I think, because of the changes to the format and some of the unknowns. But yeah, she's being modest.